All right, guys. Welcome, welcome. We've got the final round for players you're probably very much familiar with. In the blue, we've got JorDan. And I know the meme with JorDan is back. Well, guess what? He is officially back. We're going into the 5th round where I don't have the play all 3 up there. Whoops. And JorDan is already confirmed to be going platinum. This is a very difficult group. There's a lot of great players in this group, and JorDan has made it look very easy. 3-0'd everybody he ran into, except for Margugu, where he lost 1 game. And now against Ganji, the results don't actually fully matter. It's still $20 per win, but for JorDan, he has confirmed platinum already. And I would expect JorDan to be the favorite. Ganji, I remember the first set, I was casting him. And I was like, I don't know how active Ganji's been. I haven't really seen playing the game as much. I think it's become very clear. Unfortunately, he hasn't won a single game. So he is 0-12. He is also confirmed relegated. Sad times for someone who's already in platinum before. Like 5 out of the 6 players in this group have been in platinum before. But I think for him, yeah, he hasn't been in great shape in a really good group. And so he'll be down to Silver League. That much is confirmed. So a little bit of fun. Hopefully some good games. Certainly with the home maps, I think we'll have some fun with it. I think the Coast Arena game is one to look forward to. And we've got slopes here to start it all off. Would expect Ganji to maybe go high risk, high reward here. He's picked the Cumin, so I mean, there's always the risk that he could go for the second town center. But interesting build so far. It looks like he'll go for a very early mill on the food on the side. And JorDan will go for the lumber camp, and JorDan is just pushing in the deer here. Neutron says, why has Ganji fallen so much? Well, I have to talk to him, but I don't think he's been playing as much, right? Like, it's clear. I always have my eyes on the game. If players are active and playing, I notice it. I think that Ganji had, like, a break period or an away period. And also, like, the level is really high these days, right? Like, Dogal's in the group, JorDan's in the group, Kingston is in the group. Like, Uzi's super well prepped. Uzi's also going to be getting relegated, but, like, some players, like JorDan actually, cannot play the game as much and come back and still do really well. JorDan's peak level is higher, of course, but I think for Ganji, just a sign that you really got to be in top shape. But it also was the 2nd season. So 2nd season of Platinum League. And that was a couple years ago now. So, yeah, but, you know, I think for him, sometimes, as bad as it sounds, it can be good to go down to silver. You go down to Silver League, you get to rebound, build up some confidence, and then you could potentially make it back to gold. So, I don't have any direct reasons. Like, I think, honestly, one of the main things is really just how active Ganji's been. And I can also tell his build he's doing some weird things. The mill early isn't necessarily bad, but what's going on here? Is there a ghost lumber camp here that I can't see? Like, what? Okay, he's going to build the lumber camp. I mean, it's fine. He builds the lumber camp. Just a little bit awkward with the timings. Now, JorDan, everything's been good. He's pushed in 1 deer from both sides. That's what you can do on this map. Now he goes out for the mill at the more standard timing to get the food out there. I think from JorDan's perspective, while your opponent could go fast castle, it's very unlikely it's going to happen. And if it does happen, I think it's hard to pull off. So, or not fast castle, sorry, fast feudal and 2TC boom. So I don't think JorDan needs to go fast castle. I think JorDan can probably just open with some army. Try and get as much pressure in as possible here. Violent Peanut Butter, thank you for the 14 months. Welcome back. He says, I'm still waiting for you to tell us the T90 RAM story. What do you mean? The story on the emote? Like how the emote was made? We've got some time here in Dark Age. I could tell the story. Let me know. Prince, thank you for the 21 months. And, again, all the gifted subs. All the support for TTL so far. I did not forget that. Thank you, Prince. Thank you, Dolt, for the 27. Koosh Tornadoes, thank you for the 14. So, yeah, the story on the Ram emote, as both players are scouting the sides, and they're going to look for the villagers here. The story on the Ram emote is that I didn't really ask for a Ram emote. Actually, maybe I asked for a Ram emote. Maybe that part's wrong. I don't remember. All I know is I showed up to watch the editing channel, which is Ugly. Ugly will oftentimes stream the thumbnails and the images she makes for the stream. And I'll peek in there all the time. I don't always chat, but I'm always poking my head in there just to see what's going on, you know? If there's something I'd like to see tweaked, I'll speak up. Overall, I like to be involved with the process and see it. And I show up expecting to see a thumbnail, and I just see she's got like a video where I made whatever that face is on the emote, and it's like full screen, and she's like, you know, adjusting it and placing it onto a RAM. It took hours to get it. But yeah, that's how the RAM emote came out. So it's a little, when it's full size, it's a little disturbing, but thankfully it's emote size. Ganji gets the quick walls down. So Ganji's he's 0-12. He's up against the best player in the group. He's going to take some risks here. And JorDan is hoping to get some pressure in. And honestly, Ganji's pretty well walled. Ganji, I think, was expecting a bit more pressure. I'm not sure if this was even necessary. But who knows? He'll get the walls up on the backside. Between when we looked over at JorDan's and I started to tell that story, and when we look back, crazy walls from Ganji. And Cumans do have the additional HP on their walls as well. And yeah, he'll have the 2 TCs. Now, I feel like it might be a struggle to keep the 2 town centers working. He did abandon the sides. It could have been risky, and he could have stayed out here. But I think JorDan will eventually look for that. But here goes Ganji. Now, he'll do a couple small things. He moves the sheep to the new TC. Basically, you need full food. So that's good. You'll have a sheep and a half underneath this TC. Then you'll have 3 sheep underneath this TC. And then you'll need farms. The decision here is, are you also going to go for army? Right now, just repairing the house. JorDan's got the archer there already. But Ganji typically is very good with damage control. So places a couple houses. Villager's weak. Villager would need to be saved. Ganji always saves those, even if he's rusty. But for JorDan, it's a very clean economy behind, right? Like, he can manage his economy, add the farms, gets the blacksmith for fletching. I think denying the berries is always going to be really nice here, because it's food that Ganji needs the most. And Ganji clearly feeling like he needs some army now. Now we'll go for the barracks. What he could do is he could send villagers to this stone. Yeah, he's doing it now. And he can tower this. But it might be a little late to that conclusion. I think if he thought about that a bit earlier, there wouldn't be near as much harassment. But okay, triple house. Probably won't complete any of them. Still waiting for the stone income. I think JorDan's just done such a good job, man. Like, look how idle the eco is for Ganji. As long as Ganji doesn't let these units in, he still can be fine here. I think the tower will go up and JorDan will actually have to back away. Ganji will build a house. Perfect. And now we can take the berries. Okay, so that's job done. Job 1 of probably 4. It's like, okay, congratulations. You've now towered that area. Now how many more towers are you going to have to build? Because JorDan, he can be through again. And Ganji just taking the risks here. He'll take the food on the side. He needs food. He does have the archer range to make some skirms. And now he drops the market. But the idea is eventually the Cumans are supposed to have more resources collected because the additional vills. Look at the worker efficiency stat. 77% overall this game for Ganji versus 87% from JorDan. And then last minute, it's of course well below that for Ganji just because of how much he's had to defend. So, I mean, we called it. High risk, high reward from Ganji. He needed something against JorDan today. And this has just been super clean from JorDan. And JorDan will know everything I'm saying. Like, JorDan understands that this eco is not a superior eco to his. He kills the villager, and it's just super messy for Ganji. And JorDan's got plenty of farms back at home. He'll have wheelbarrow here in a second. Still taking the food on the sides. Doesn't really need to do much more than he's doing. It's super well structured. This is a map where you expect someone to play through military and find success. And I mean, that market will complete, but then it's going to be pretty much gone. Like, it completes and it's already on fire, which is kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of ridiculous how the foundation's never on fire, but somehow, somehow it's completed and almost down. Yeah, I mean, good luck, Ganji. Loses another villager now. He is massing some skirms. We'll get some skirms over here, but oh my goodness. Oh, this game has been just like watching Ganji the rest of the season, but it's even worse because it's JorDan on the other side. And JorDan has played perfect. And I think JorDan... Did he scout that at all? He didn't... no, he did scout it. And he did take an engagement there against the Skirm. But meanwhile, he's over here, and the archers are still camping this house. Oh, feels bad for Ganji. It sucks. Like, even if he's underprepared, even if he's rusty, it still sucks to be the guy who's sitting here 0-12. And you do have to feel for him. It's like you're already relegated, and then you're up against top of the group. Not going to get any better here. I mean, JorDan doesn't necessarily need to get value from this army now, I would argue. He's already got great value from it. But Ganji has kept the Vils alive, so this is fine. This is fine. Right, guys? No problem. Might be a little bit of a problem. 2 ranges for JorDan. We'll just bring the villagers back home. And now you're just hoping the villagers actually work for Ganji. Worker efficiency last minute's up to 75%. The Vils have actually been working for the most part. But it will need the market to reach a good castle age time, and that's good recognition of that. So using the market. Balancing out the res to click up. I think in normal circumstances, you could go for a forward siege workshop and try and pressure. But honestly, considering how much value JorDan's got from just overall harassment, I think he might just boom. You could kind of do both, right? You could probably afford a siege workshop as well. But JorDan might just go, congratulations on your 2 TCs. I'm going to go to 3 because I'm in Castle Age. Yeah, there's the second one for JorDan now. And now we'll have even more range for the archers just to camp resources. Ooh, Ganji out of the town center there. But still doesn't have fletching. And we'll use the market and click up to Castle Age. Has anyone ever gone 0-15 before? Yeah, we've had players go 0-15. We've never had a player go 15-0 in any league. But we've had some 0-15s before. I think the most notable 0-15s were in Platinum, though. I don't know if it's ever happened in Gold or Silver. I guess Silver's new as a group. So it would have never happened before as Silver. I don't think it happened before in Gold. I think it was Licks I remember going 0-15. Licks had a really, really awful Platinum season. But we don't have anyone in Platinum who is 0 wins right now, right? I think everybody's got a win. I might be missing one. Still have 2 more rounds to go. Now, crossbows are still everywhere from JorDan. This has just been Ganji getting absolutely massacred. You have to feel for him, but he's still holding on, and he does have a 20 villager lead. But villagers have to eventually turn into some military. And this is rough. Running is 0-9. Oh, true. Yeah, Running doesn't have a win in Platinum yet. That's true. To the person asking about value, so value is army cost. So JorDan's army value, it just shows you basically how big his army is. The percentage G is the percentage of gold cost attached to the value. So JorDan has 59% gold investment into his army, whereas Ganji has 0% because he just has skirmishers. This has been painful for Ganji. There's no other way to say it. JorDan's just in full control. JorDan's already promoted to Platinum League, but there's still 20 bucks on the line for every win here. And JorDan is not one to mess around. I appreciate the fight from Ganji. And JorDan hasn't added the siege yet to kill him, but I feel like that could be coming any second now. JorDan already has the 3-town center set up. Could always just continue more of the same, though. Ganji just sold 500 stone to buy wood. He literally just sold 500 stone. I mean, he needed food income. He needed wood for the farms ASAP. So, you know, that gives him elite skirm, and that gives him the wood for the farms. But, I mean, he was never really placing a castle anywhere because he was going to get overrun anyways. But just a sign of how miserable this game has been for Ganji. T90, will Unk get auto bid to platinum next season? I can't do that to Unk. He messaged, we were texting this morning. I would not throw, yeah, let's throw Unk into the platinum league and see how he fares. I think that would be kind of painful. I already feel bad watching Ganji right now. Throwing Unk into platinum league would be brutal. Again, respect to Ganji though. Respect. People, he's already relegated. He's 0-12. He's up against the group winner. Nobody would have faulted him for just tapping here. But he's really doing every single thing that he can. Trying his absolute best to recover here. He gets to Elite Skirm with decent upgrades. All positives. But JorDan's just too good, right? JorDan's always going to get away. And JorDan will add the Siege Workshop now to add in Mangonels. JorDan's 3k res ahead. The beauty of the Cav Archers is you can just run off. And also, he even gets away with the crossbowman, too. That's so frustrating for Ganji. You really wanted the kills. You don't even get them. At T90, how is JorDan so good after so many long breaks? Well, JorDan's been... he did take those long breaks. But what's the saying? Like, former's temporary, class is permanent? So, I mean... JorDan's been active again for a while now. It's not like JorDan isn't playing. He's essentially full-time AoE at the moment, I believe. At least I'm not entirely sure. I think that he is for the time being. I know there was a period he quit again or stopped again because he was working a job. I think he's full focused on AoE, and it's showing, so. Haven't talked to him yet. I'm hoping to cast with him on Sunday, and I'd be curious to ask him some of these questions, but JorDan used to be number one in the world, like number one, number two in the world way back in the day. I think his weakness has always been getting used to some of the new civs or some of the new units or whatever. But beyond that, he's just an insanely controlled player, and he's really good under pressure as well. I think that's what separates JorDan from some other talents. It's like it's really hard to bring in your your very best in a tournament, and JorDan's always bringing his very best. Just that mindset. Loves the competition. 77 fills for him. 64 for Ganji. Yeah, Jake, I mean, for a player, getting a salary from an org means you might not have to work your job, right? Like, you might not... You can commit more time to the game. So, I don't know the situations for JorDan with Onimaru, but it definitely helps the players, at the very least that, right? If they're getting a salary... then they're able to commit more time and effort and energy into the game. So, whereas otherwise you might need to focus your efforts on other things. So it's definitely helped JorDan to be on Onimaru. I am curious. They just announced, I think, that Viper and Doubt are joining. So that's cool. The boys are back together. But like prior to that, I'm kind of curious. Like, is JorDan? There's so many different players on the team, and it feels like a little bit random. Like you had some Brazilian players mixed in with like then JorDan, then Vinchester. I'm wondering if the teams actually have been training together. Again, I just don't know, because like I could see them just not and still being on the same team. But they got some cool opportunities to train, work together, and really happy for the players if they can make the most of competing in the game. It's not easy. But JorDan has made this look easy here. Ganji's continued to fight, but it's just one thing after another from JorDan. Ganji does enough to hold and stay alive for another 2 minutes. But every step of the way, JorDan's got this game on lockdown now. That castle goes up, and all this eco is exposed, and then just terrible, terrible things coming for Ganji, and JorDan wins the game. So, well played. So, yeah, happy with that performance from JorDan. I think it makes a lot of sense. Like, humans either looks really good or it looks horrible, right? And for Ganji, he needed to take the risk. JorDan just did such a nice job. Oftentimes when you apply pressure against the humans, you go too far, and then your own economy falls apart. But he was able to just have the perfect one archer range, follow up to the man-at-arms, super clean economy behind. And yeah, JorDan takes game number 1. All right, so game 2, Jordan's up, and of course, Ganji's already relegated. And this is what I expected at the start of the series. Now they're chatting a little bit. So I don't know what they were chatting about before, but they're chatting now, and Ganji's like, how about you, Jordy? So maybe they'll chat throughout the Dark Age here. God, they're really hurting us here. I don't have the context on their conversation. Maybe it was, how are you? So Jordan destroys him in game 1 and then says, how are you? And then Ganji probably said, good. And now he says, how about you, Jordy? And Jordan says, quite okay, but tired from travel. And then Ganji tries to respond like a normal human being. And our stupid chat filter, which they really need to fix, mutes whatever he said, which of course was not anything horrible. It's just they haven't fixed it, and it really bothers me. But he says, not tired enough to... Oh, he probably said not tired enough to kick my ass, maybe. Yeah, don't say ass, guys. You could say the F word, but don't say the A word. Jordan jokes and says, stop flaming. And Ganji doesn't like the censor. Yes. And now Ganji says, Shiza. Oh, and of course, yeah, that comes through. It's so stupid, too. Like, the chat filter doesn't even mute horrible things in languages other than English. Not that Shiza is horrible, but like, oh, don't even get me up on my soapbox about the chat filter. I made a video on it. Apparently, there might eventually be some changes, but at least we get to have something to talk about here in the early game. Ganji's gone for the Khmer. Jordan's gone for the Georgians. I like both civs a lot here. I think Georgians are one of the best. Just because that free mule cart and with there not being a lot of wood, being able to roll around to the different wood lines is very nice. The Jordans are definitely one of the best on the map, but I like Khmer too because Khmer are really good in messy games. In theory, you don't need his wood because you can skip the barracks, and this can be a really solid scout map, so I think that's probably Ganji's plan. We'll see. Rooster Chuck says the censor doesn't know other languages. I know, it's so half-assed. It's so bad. Let me just rant about it one more time, okay? One more time. It is so, like I said in the video, what happened was there was somebody, like, tagged their social account when someone, like, flamed them and said some like, bad things, right? And then there was a response on the social media of, like, okay, we aren't okay with this, right? And then like a month or two later, just boom, chat filter comes out. And it's clear that like they have put no extra effort or thought into it since then. It's just so if something really bad were to happen, they then have the ability to say, we do care about this. We have a chat filter, but unfortunately, we weren't aware the chat filter's wrong. What I said in the video, I'm like, no, everybody's aware. Everybody's well aware the chat filter doesn't work now. So like, I'm really hoping that they fix it. Because at the very least, it's annoying. Like, how old are you, chat? I tell me how old you are, and then we can guess how old the average player is. At least have it be a toggle. Like, I'm completely fine with people swearing, like, but it's even worse because the things that aren't swear words get muted. So, anyways, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. I think we're all in agreement that it's, at the very least, put it on a toggle. So. Sorry, Jordan and Ganji, they got me started, and sometimes when I start, I can't stop. We do have the filter emote if you want to spam it. My bad. Luke, thank you for the 13 months. He says, good afternoon from Brazil. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. So, 19 pop up here for Ganji. And... Ganji says, no pressure, but I've got a perfect record in TTL so far. Might be hard to overcome. Yeah, that's true. I guess life's a matter of perspective, right? He's perfectly defeated so far this season. So he's what? What's that make it? 0-13 right now. Jordan laughs. I'm sure Jordan is not feeling any pressure. 18 pop from Jordan is about as fast as you would expect it from the Georgians. It won't be a perfect build because his stable won't be perfectly on time. And of course, you don't need the barracks at all if you're Ganji, so he should be able to go with the stable right away. So that's his time window, maybe, because Jordan's barracks will be a little late. Jordan says, was quite surprised to see that. So that's Jordan saying, I'm surprised you suck so bad this season. And Ganji says, me too. Interesting Ganji said that. I am curious. I got to talk to him. But, I mean, again, he hasn't been as active. But this is a reminder of just how good gold is if Ganji's going to get, like, swept every single set. It's a really strong group. Margugu, Kingston, Dogao, JorDan, and then Uzi as well. Uzi's a promoted player who... I mean, Uzi takes his preparation very seriously. It was one of his biggest achievements to make gold. Unfortunately, he'll be in 5th, it looks like, but yeah, scouts will be out for Ganji. He's going scouts into just full walls here. Another game where he's got 4 or 5 villagers walling, which isn't really ideal, guys. You don't want to have that many villagers walling early, because then you're not going to have a very good economy. But at the same time, if you do get the walls down, then your economy can be safe. So pros and cons. I think for JorDan, normally he'd want to push with some spears. Try and use the spears to defend from the scout, to push the scouts that are defending for Ganji, but might be too big of a map for that. The spearman's on the way now. Nice find there from JorDan, though. Nice hits. Ganji, oh, dude, that's got to be... The reaction's got to be a little bit faster there, I think. So late reaction, but he does save the scout at least. Just working on the walls still. It's completely walled here. He should be completely walled there. And honestly, I think with the full walls being up, you should just move to JorDan's base right away. No need to wait. Do keep a very close eye on this wood line, though, because if you overchop that, it's a disaster. But I would say make a move over to JorDan's base. Hope that JorDan's not walled up. JorDan is mostly walled up, though. And I think JorDan just noticed this tree's about to be chopped. A bit interesting that he's actually going to camp there and give Ganji the idea that he needs to look, but he'll just attack the house. But JorDan should sense the scouts are on the way. Yeah, the way JorDan's walling, he's not going for the big walls, but he's got everything he needs back here. Ganji might take a risk and run through. He's certainly thinking about it right now, and JorDan goes for the full walls just so Ganji can't do that. Baits the town center fire a little bit back and forth. Scouts are knocking on the house. Scouts are knocking on the house. But now you can't... In JorDan's position, you can add spearmen here to attack the scouts. That's not something you can ever do if you're Ganji, because you didn't go for the barracks. So, it's not necessarily ideal. But I guess it's similar. Both players will just be repairing for now. So, Sahem says Margugu is the example that you can under-prepare and still perform, though. Well, I think Margugu is more prepared than you think. I think certain players are more or less prepared than they let on. I think for Margugu, I'll have to confirm these things and talk to him, but would not surprise me. I think maybe the first week, maybe he wasn't quite as in shape. But I think Margugu, he's pretty up to date. I've watched his builds. He looks fairly sharp. Ganji says there's arson for scouts nowadays. There's not arson for scouts nowadays, but his house is going down fast, and he's making a comment on that. And JorDan's like, please, let's introduce it. What do you guys think about that? Arson for scouts. I mean, the Hindustani bonus, for example, is very strong. It completely changes feudal age. You can break through houses, and scouts can actually punish some walls. But that's one civ. If every civ had an upgrade or something, and maybe you just give Hindustanis free arson? I don't know. I'm putting my viewers into 2 separate categories. We have the people who like to wall and play defensive, immediately saying no. And then we have the people who are saying yes. Those are the people who are sitting outside the walls, knocking on the walls constantly, thinking, stop being a coward, let's make some army here. I'm just guessing. I could be wrong. Ganji leaves the wood line. And I'm still not convinced there's not a hole there. There's a hole there, right? No, there's not. There's a stump there. Okay. Well, nice from Ganji to double check that. Ganji's on the way to Castle H faster, which is good. Still pretty safe here. Economically, with like his setup, this is a perfect situation for cav archers in normal scenarios. And as I say it, he'll go double range. But guys, this is a trap. And let me explain. So on this map, you run out of wood. So the amount of wood he has right now, the amount on gold, the castle age time, the position in the game is very friendly for cav archers. But you'll run out of this wood line very quickly. And the same thing happened to Daniel the other day. It's like you try and play a cav archer unit, and then you very quickly realize, holy crap, this takes so much wood. And then JorDan's going to stay on stables. So in JorDan's case, I think his plan is just to play light cav and adapt. But let's keep a close eye on how Ganji can manage this. But, I mean, for now, Ganji's safe. We'll probably needs to re-wall this. He'll make it to Castle H. He'll make cav archers. And I think JorDan expects this. He hasn't seen any additional scouts. Just 2 games in a row where JorDan just attacks Ganji's houses and says, all right, I'll take the idle time. You won't let me kill your vills? That's good enough for me. And more scouts are on the way. But yeah, for JorDan, I'm curious where he goes for a town center. I'd like to see him get 1 scout and scout the sides here. A town center over on this wood line could be out of the way. Sometimes it's better to have the town center at the top of the hill, though, because having that middle hill also helps you control and get vision over where the fights are going to be. JorDan will see the cav archers. But the idea is the cav archers, it's a lot of work to get the mass, a lot of investment to get the mass. There's only 4 of them so far. And JorDan's economy is looking pretty good. I would expect a light cav upgrade. You either go skirmishers in JorDan's position, which probably doesn't fit the situation because he doesn't have a range yet. Or you could add in scorpions. And Ganji will leave the hill. Okay, so Ganji will leave the hill, drop the town center. Both very good town centers. And Ganji's scout, was that auto scout? I'm not sure if it was auto scout, but it was scouting the map and just went down there. And JorDan bracing himself for the cav archers. We'll just wait until the town center completes before moving out. That drops the church. We'll increase the work rate around the surrounding area. But honestly, well played from Ganji. Like, if this is the first week, the first round, you're looking at this thinking, this is okay for Ganji. Maybe Ganji could get the win, right? We have to push out of our minds that he's 0-13 at the moment. It's okay to be late on Bodkin arrows, completely fine as long as you're not taking the fights. And so he was late with the blacksmith upgrades because he went for the eco first. He's got horse collar in. He got bowsaw in, and he gets the second TC. So now he's got Bodkin. Now he can lean into the army numbers. Cav archers can be really nice choice against Cav, but you still need more than 8 of them. JorDan will drop the 3rd town center over here. Nice to know JorDan does this. He's placed the TC, but he forgot he locked this gate. So wherever his vills were to build that, they're walking the whole way around. I do that all the time. And now 3rd town center from Ganji. 3 villager lead. Army lead is there for JorDan, but JorDan's army lead's not necessarily doing anything right now. And yeah, micro needs to be perfect for Ganji. He sees the monk there. Some nice micro from JorDan. Even pulled back the weak light cav there. But there goes the scout from Ganji looking for that monk. And if he can snipe that, that'd be nice. But oh man, just missing the first click. JorDan noticed it. Scout though, gets the kill. Not bad. Also here as well, Ganji gets the quick walls and gets the garrison. And now JorDan will see both those town centers. But that could easily be a siege target. JorDan's mainly making scorpions right now to help with the CA, but wouldn't hate seeing a couple mangonels in his near future. And Kimura really good in these messy style games. Another scout is out there from Ganji. That could be another monk kill. And yeah, he had the scout on the relics, so that'll be 2 relics denied from JorDan. 200 gold down the drain. Well played from Ganji here. JorDan's probably so annoyed. It wouldn't surprise me if JorDan says something right now. But then again, they are locking in. There's a lot to manage. Again, the 3rd town center was a bit late for JorDan because he walked the long way. But now Ganji sees that there's scorpions. And that's something he didn't know about. So I think if that happens, you can still play cav archers. But you might need your own siege workshop for a mangonel to flatten them. Could, in theory, mix in some knights, but if you mix in knights, your opponent has a couple monks on the field. It's kind of tricky. You can also just simply avoid them. move the cav archers elsewhere, which is what he's doing right now. He just lost the scout there to the spearman that JorDan added for the relic, so maybe that's where Ganji will focus. A close game. Can someone look up how much money 6th place gets in Gold League? It's like, even if you don't win any games, you do get money. Obviously, it would be far less than everybody else gets, but it's a 25k league. There's something there for 6th place. Yeah, Cornbread, it's obviously at least $9. It better be more than $9. Otherwise, we have a problem. It's not $1 billion. Okay, it's 600 bucks. Who here would take 600 bucks to go 0-15 against pros? One's in chat. If you would be given that opportunity, I'm sure you might take it. But, yeah, but there's still an extra 20 bucks for every win in there. And Ganji still running away with the CA. Lots of micro about to happen. He did run into the enemy cav there, which is a weak point for him. But he only lost 1 cav archer. Addictive Me says, I do it for free. Yeah, so it's sad for Ganji, but like the reward of being in Gold League is still there. Not winning a game and getting 600 bucks is not bad. JorDan will dive. JorDan will use the light cav. He goes for the monks, and now he takes down the mangonel, which means his scorpions still survive, and he still holds the position. That's the weakness now. It's like the cav can always dive in to take the siege. You can't necessarily do that if you're Ganji, if you need your own siege to take the scorpions. And JorDan hasn't even had +2 armor yet. I think this is about to get rather dangerous for Ganji. And JorDan is also building up the stone for a castle. So if this is well calculated, you can build up the army, take the fight, and drop a castle on both these town centers. That could just win you the game. Just lovely stuff from JorDan when you watch him play. It just seems so well timed. Every little decision. I'm telling you, that stone is just perfect. It's all lined up and synced together with the army upgrades and the positioning on the map. And Ganji is hard committed to this area. It can be good or it can be bad to hard commit to one area, right? Like, he knows now, I gotta win fights. The issue for me is he doesn't have ballistics for his cav archers. And it's becoming painfully obvious because the light cav are not... Light cav are just diving. And JorDan, he goes in. He ends up sniping the monk. How many knights would he have lost if his opponent had ballistics there, I wonder? Look at the way JorDan's running. He can tell ballistics isn't in. And here come the villagers now. And now JorDan will just dive for the mangonel. And now he backs away. And there's scorpions in the mangonel that Ganji can't deal with. And Ganji does have another mangonel on the way at 25%, but that might not be in time. JorDan's got 18 villagers to build the castle. And JorDan, no sympathy here. It doesn't matter if he's already going to Platinum League. He plays to win. And yeah, Ganji is completely cooked here, guys. JorDan should get fletching for the castle, which will give him additional range. And yeah, those town centers are looking brutal. Oh, man. A better game from Ganji. The first game was just him taking a really big risk playing humans. But just not enough to hold the map, man. And even if he had ballistics, I don't know if he has quite enough. JorDan just played it perfect. Always had another scorpion ready. He never wastes his units. Like, JorDan never overmakes or undermakes units. And he never loses units unnecessarily. He is truly platinum quality. Remember, the situation for JorDan was he left the game, right? So he was platinum, he left the game. We had to do a replacement qualifier for his spot. And if we have to replace the spot in platinum, we then need to replace the spot in gold. The whole league gets affected. So he leaves the game. He doesn't get relegated. And then a year or two later, he comes back. And then so, you know, we can't just be like, here you go, JorDan. Congratulations, here's platinum spot. And like, kick somebody out who earned their spot. He's basically got to earn his way all the way back here, which is what he's had to do this season. But of all the players in golds, JorDan has looked the most dominant. And yeah, just based on their careers and whatnot, like JorDan was kind of the guy you'd expect to make it back. Ganji knows this is not looking so good. Ganji knows he's about to die. And so he's going to try something desperate here. This is a good play from Ganji. The JorDan doesn't have that much military in this position. And so Ganji will run forward with the vills, go for his own castle drop. Let's go, Ganji. Make it crazy. I mean, there's some potential here. He has the Cav going this way. He loses the Knight immediately. It almost looked like a delete there. I'm not sure what happens. Cav Archers will run into the eco. Population's higher for Ganji. JorDan is on the way to Imp, which is the problem. Ganji, complete the castle. Oh my god. No, 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 no. Build, 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 build. Please. Please give him the castle, JorDan. 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 Okay, it's fine. Castle goes up. It's a good castle. Cav Archers are all in the eco here with lots of kills. That's a good raid. JorDan being Imperial Age is still a massive problem, though. Ganji himself is actually going to be an imp. But how many town centers is he going to have? And will his castle be up? The second there's trebuchets out, I feel like he'll have some problems. And if JorDan ever gets any of this military into Ganji's eco, Ganji has no defense back there now because all his army is on the front. JorDan had some vills exposed there. Is taking the golds, which Ganji will see. JorDan will just garrison in the church, though. So villagers are at least safe. And now JorDan makes it to Imp. And Cav Armor's on the way. So nice. Like, these churches, you can leave villagers exposed. And you can just hop in them and protect your eco, no problem. Again, respect to Ganji, though. Like, if he's going to get fully swept, at least he's going to send it, right? Like, he's actually put up a lot of fight today. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to change the result, unfortunately, but I respect it. We see this a lot, though. Player will have a rough season. The last 2 weeks, they have really good fight. And then it's like, well, where was that player the first couple weeks? Having a poor opening in this tournament can completely change your trajectory. Ganji's Cav will probably start to get sniped by the upgraded Knights. That armor upgrade's a pretty big deal. And yeah, Cav Archers are getting chased down. Cav Archers are getting picked off. And JorDan still waiting around this trebuchet. Still moving to treb down this castle. And we'll drop even another castle here. 20 villager lead. Yeah, true. We've got JorDan as the Georgians. JorDan. I like it. I'm sure JorDan's about to have a lot of fun right now because if he can play Elite Manaspa, this could be awesome. This is funny. So there was a pause for a hotkey. JorDan says, someone explained to me why there is a go-to outpost hotkey. But all right, ready. Yeah, the new DLC, the new patch did that to me too. I would try and build something. I probably have a very similar hotkey scheme to JorDan. Because we're old school players, we don't use the grid hotkeys that's in the game now. Did I just call myself old school? I actually... Is that accurate? I don't know. Anyways. You know, we played... Grid hotkeys were introduced in 2019. They are the way you should probably learn hotkeys and whatnot. But they didn't exist for AoE players prior to that, so... I guess most of us are old school. Very few of us are new school. It's like, how old school, though? Like, I'm not Doubt. But I'm also not, like... I'm not Lucho, who's, like, 19 or 20 years old and started playing couple years ago. I think the Manaspa numbers are just going to be too strong now. Ganji does have an army over here, but it's still barely upgraded. It was just a sneak. And JorDan will drop another castle now. And JorDan is keeping close track of these raids. We do have a sneak stable from Ganji. Again, that's a nice idea. But he's simply going to die everywhere else. That's the problem. There's a hole in his base. But even if there wasn't a hole, the units were always going to make it through. And Elite Manaspa for JorDan are just going to go this way. Right into the eco. And JorDan about to get another win. More of the prize pool cash, right? Extra $20 for the win. But I think the final game being on Coast Arena should give us some entertainment here. I really want Ganji to get a win. I do. I don't want him to go 0-15. And I feel like he's going to bring some chaos. I actually think he's got good chances to win the next one. It's a map that he's picked. It's got civilizations on the draft that could be very dominant. He's typically very good with monks and arena-style maps. So 13-1 right now for JorDan. He's auto-promoted to Platinum League. Here we are, final game. JorDan is promoted. JorDan is currently 13-1, all right? And so if he wins this, he'll be 14-1. He is already auto-promoted to Platinum League for the next season. Ganji is 0-14. So I was saying before this, YouTube, that it would be very, well, not very fitting, but it'd be nice to see Ganji give it a good run and finally get one win. In Platinum League, we have $30 per win. In Gold League, we have $20 per win. In Silver, you got $10 per win. There's money per game here, even if your placement prize, or even if, you know, your placement isn't looking good. So otherwise, there would be literally no additional value to this game for Ganji. So let's see. He's gone for the Malay. We've got Italians for JorDan. 2 civs that are very versatile for the map. We've got the water on the outside. And there's been recent water changes, so they've added in the hulks now. You can garrison fishing ships inside the docks. I think being able to garrison fishing ships inside the docks is one of the biggest changes. So I think it should lead to people adding a few more fishing ships and maybe being a little bit greedier, because you have an opportunity to bail yourself out if you're under pressure now. But I still think both civs are just fantastic at mixing in the water. Very likely we see it. On land, I mean, there's relics in the middle. All the stones and golds in the player bases are always on the front. Like there's a lot to manage there. So I still don't know what's necessarily best. Sure, you can find that perfect balance of water and land. But also, we've seen people go straight lands and win. We've seen people go defend on the land and win the water and also win. So it's been a really nice map so far. Flock in chat is asking when's the next platinum round. So I can just talk through the schedule real quick, because I know it's boring to look at the calendar we have. But if you want to look at the calendar, it's on the calendar command. So today, oh, hold on. Scouts are fighting. Ganji will always take the risk, because he's 0-14. Oh, they both backed up. Ooh. And JorDan laughs. And Ganji laughs. And hopefully chat laughs as well. That's funny. They both backed away. So neither player wanted to take the risk. Interesting. They say nothing more, just the 11s. But yeah, so today's the last day of gold groups. We'll know what the playoff positions look like. JorDan is laughing. He liked the timing. And then this weekend is going to be playoffs for silver and for gold. Initially, it was supposed to be full gold this weekend. But due to some scheduling issues, we will probably do... I don't actually know if it's public yet, but we'll do playoffs for players from gold getting promoted to platinum and players from silver getting promoted to gold. So that will be over the next basically 4 days. There will eventually be a bit of a break, but then next Friday is when platinum kicks back up. So we'll stick to the same thing we did the first 3 rounds. Friday through Monday is platinum rounds. So it's next Friday, basically. So in a week. Agreed, Thousand Scar. The fact that they're laughing and having a good time. Ganji's clearly still having some fun. I think that can easily get lost when you've lost so many games. And it's been a bad season. And you know everyone's going to be watching you. So he's making the most of it, but... That extra $20, man. I mean, that could... Ka-ching, ka-ching, baby. Come on, Ganji. Let's see if you could do it, man. Nothing out of the ordinary so far. Both players have essentially the same builds. Could be fast feudal. Could still be a fast castle from here. And I don't necessarily know what is best. If you know me, it depends. And it does depend, right? Like, truly, it's the reason I say it. But if you were to go for the fast feudal approach, you need to find value as quickly as possible with your investment. And so it does depend on how good the defense for the opponent is and how good your micro is. Okay, see, this from JorDan, this feels like the fast feudal economic approach. Or, sorry, military approach. And same from Ganji. So, 2 different civ bonuses at play. Malay advances up faster, but essentially the same thing. If anything, I feel like Ganji's gone up too fast. I feel like Ganji will make Feudal Age, and he won't actually have the resources to really do anything. If he wants the second dock, he might be able to get that in. But he definitely can't produce from 2 docks right away. And JorDan just taking his time here a little bit. And you can always take the oysters on the back for gold if you don't want to mine the gold in the front. So that's what both players are going to do. Eric says, I mean, I've really enjoyed the times I've played against people much better than me. So hopefully Ganji is just like, I'm going to lose, but I'm going to do some fun, silly stuff and see how it goes. Yeah. What was that from Ganji? He gets the Feudal Age and then he pauses. That was a hotkey right there. So Ganji double checking his water hotkeys. The patch was over a week ago, right? And maybe hasn't used the new boats too much. He's going to go for galleys. Which could still be good. He queues up 2 galleys, and then he's going to queue up 2 hawks. I mean, in theory, galleys are good against the hawks. And then you have your own hawks against any fires. So galley and hawk is actually a really nice combo. A blacksmith there from JorDan. Now, does JorDan know that getting forging on the hawks doesn't necessarily help you in a hawk v hawk battle? Because hawks have 4 melee armor, and they do melee damage. And you're always doing, like, 1 damage, even if, you know, it's 4 armor versus 4 attack. But I guess it does help against the galleys. Yeah, they would do more damage against the galleys. The early blacksmith from JorDan, it wouldn't be for fletching here. I think it would be for forging, which applies to the ships now. And JorDan sees the galleys, and I think JorDan was a little surprised by that. A fishing lines upgrade for Ganji, so he's definitely up to date on that. New tech for Feudal Age fishing ships. It's only 4 fishing ships behind, but he's applying some nice pressure here. Scouts become really valuable in the middle still. I think JorDan just caught a glimpse of that. He immediately turned around. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. It's a repeat of what we had before. And of course JorDan wins it. This game is so stupid, dude. Give the 0-14 player the 50-50, you stupid game. I feel so bad for Ganji. I am speaking from my own experiences, man. 0-2 down against Sorokuma after I got completely screwed with some unlucky things in the first 2 games. I take the 50-50 and I lose it. I still can't get over that. But anyways, it happens. Everyone knows what they're working with. And Ganji still has a lot to focus on here. That does affect the game, though, right? Because, like, that scout could be healed up. That scout can still kill endless amounts of monks. So it's not like that's nothing. So far, JorDan has had only 1 fishing ship garrisoned. Forging is in, so his hawks have done more damage, but he might want fletching as well. And honestly, Ganji's just committing with more and more galleys, and also mixing a couple fires here. So we're seeing the full array of boats. Lots of boat action right now. T90, your set versus Sora was months ago, man. Oh, yeah. And I still have nightmares about it. It's so stupid. Don't get me started. I mean, he deserved to win. I'm not saying I got unlucky, right? He's the better player. He outplayed me, but there's just things that live with you. And then I'm casting, and I'll see something like that, and then all the emotions start flooding back for me. I don't think there'll be any land shenanigans. We do have the counter hawk there from JorDan, which killed something. It must have killed a fishing ship. But micro matters here. And JorDan is getting in front of the galleys right now with those hawks. Galleys still have that range. That's a lot of boats there from JorDan. I think it's funny how they added new boats and they still have the same bell, right? They put so much effort into all the visuals and the stats, but they're like, they couldn't think of another noise for a boat. It still just has to be a bell. It just ding, 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 just dinging all the time. I don't have any suggestions of what they could really have added, to be honest. But it's just, yeah, lots of bell action. Economy transitions are important behind this. JorDan has 2 farms. JorDan's on the berries. No farms for Ganji, but he's heavier on the berries, so that's fine. And fletching's now in for the galleys for both. JorDan's actually made a transport ship. Is that intentional? I feel like that's a misclick. I don't think there's any benefit to a transport right now. That's an expensive misclick if that's what it is. And Ganji can also see it, which is kind of funny. And JorDan is making another transport chip. That is a hotkey misclick. So, again, new patch. JorDan was traveling, actually. Even though he's pretty much killed everyone, he probably hasn't practiced this to test his hotkeys. JorDan, do not make another transport chip, dude. I mean, that is a massive waste of wood, and JorDan makes another transport chip. Does anyone remember that other tournament where JorDan made misclick transport chips? It was years ago. It was like a Baltic game against Viper or something. I remember there was this big river in the middle. Okay, now he realizes, so now he's sending the transport chips out there. He's using the transport chips as bait. But clearly misclicking something. JorDan clicks... This is so funny. Look at his micro, dude. Ganji says, nice misclick. Oh my god. But yeah, Ganji can click up here any moment now, but he did get pressured on the backside, and he did lose more fishing ships to JorDan. So JorDan's killed 2 fishing ships there. JorDan says, don't get me started. JorDan was clearly annoyed in the previous game about how the go-to outpost hotkey that was added. It is annoying, too. Like, yeah, sure, the players should test it, but it's annoying that everyone who plays the game has massive hotkey issues if they make an addition, so I can relate to the players on that. Not really sure if there's any easy way to avoid it either, though, because I'm not a dev who adds things to the game. But Ganji's super heavy on stone, guys. He's going to move to the gold now, too. He's definitely thinking more land than anything, and JorDan's thinking heavy water. JorDan's got the additional fishing ship snipes. JorDan will be in Castle Age a bit faster for the ship upgrades. He's also Italians, right? So being Italians, all his ship upgrades are cheaper. We'll go for warships and bodkin. It's definitely full galleys, but if you want to play against full galleys, you need to make fires now, or you can match it with your own galleys. So, JorDan needs to back up here. But once those upgrades are in, Ganji will need to think about it. And Ganji's going for a castle in the middle. Directly on JorDan's face. Can Ganji do this? He's still remaining competitive on water. And then he will also have a castle at JorDan's face. JorDan will be without this gold. Now, guys, there's a couple things you can do here. You can still take some of the gold in the back. So JorDan's got 1,200 golden oysters left. And yes, JorDan's doing it. This is meta now. We saw this the other day as well. Like, someone denies your main gold, just leave and sneak to a gold. It's such a good decision from JorDan to do this. And he'll just place a town center out here. Ganji will think that JorDan is completely without gold after he loses the oysters. Good micro from Ganji, though. He does need bodkin. He's lacking the food income. He doesn't have bodkin, which is really bad. Half of his navy is war galleys, so it's not going to be nearly as strong. JorDan will wall behind. JorDan's town center over here will be completed. He'll drop a monastery to snag the relics. Ganji wants to back this up with another castle, guys. It's not a bad play at all. He already has the stone. Or, well, he doesn't, but he's about to. As I always say on these maps, you can lose water, you just can't lose water quickly. Because if you lose water quickly, the opponent can really boost their advantage economically. And look how tanky the fires are compared to in the past. This is still a good position for Ganji. His Karambits try and make it through. They find palisade walls, though, so JorDan's fine. But JorDan is falling behind on water now. Beautiful play from Ganji. Of course, a couple misclicks from JorDan with the transport and whatnot, but still... The upgraded fires are doing it. Karambits could be through. JorDan... Oh, he doesn't get the repairs in time. So now the Karambits can run into his eco. And now Ganji can follow this up with siege and a castle. But Ganji has no clue that JorDan's out here. No clue JorDan's taking stone and gold and can get the relics. JorDan still has a lot of work to do, though. He did actually defend. Yeah, so Hawks against fires do very well. These Hawks were there. At the same time, Ganji's got a counter hawk looking for fishing ship snipes. The fishing ships are all over here. And now another castle. What a game. Guys, this has reached a really unique state. where I think JorDan has a critical decision. He either needs a defensive castle to protect his base, which makes sense, or he needs to castle Ganji. Imagine if he were to go with these villagers and castle Ganji. Ganji would then have some big problems. Ganji already has problems on water. Ganji's still not able to snipe the fish. What does JorDan do? Because your town center's been castled. But you never want to, like, just be reacting to your opponent all the time. Well, there's the answer. He will place the castle there. Here he has to abandon the wood line. Another detail here is you can actually run this way if you're JorDan and take these wood lines. Like, no one will ever find you out there if they lost water. These villagers obviously can't. And Ganji wants another castle, and he's running past JorDan's castle. And he wants to castle the wood line. Okay. I mean, Ganji has truly had no chill. 0-14, wants to win a game. If that castle goes up, JorDan has big problems. The thing is, though, JorDan has Bodkin. And JorDan's building his own castle there. But yeah, Ganji can't build it from all sides because, well, now there's a house there from JorDan. But also because the castle's there. 50% castle for Ganji, 30% castle for JorDan. I think both castles go up. The Karambits will make it through. JorDan quick walls. Oh, Ganji has to complete this castle. But can he get away with his vills? What? What is this? Guys, we have 5 castles on one area of the screen. But okay, Ganji's completes. So on one hand, that's really good because JorDan has more castles than working villagers here. But on the other hand, JorDan is out castling you. And JorDan still has the fish, which are somewhat working out there. JorDan is making petards. And he's sending them in after the castle. So, yeah, both players trying to petard. Honestly, such an important aspect of this game, though, is the fact that JorDan's been able to get the relics and have this town center. That's the game-saving play, I think, if he wins. Soon, JorDan will not have a TC, and Ganji is going to sneak forward docks up now, because why not? Ooh, JorDan, look at the micro there. Micro's the vills, so the petard can get the hit. That's really good play. I think Ganji might be dead. He'll have no fishing eco, and now JorDan is going to do what he had the choice to do. He could have placed, instead of this castle, he could have placed the forward castle then. Probably made sense to defend. Honestly, I don't think he had the scouting on the golds. Otherwise, he would have maybe gone for a better castle. But that's still a really good castle that Ganji can't stop. And then he can be into Ganji's base with pressure. Ganji is town centering JorDan's side. Which is ridiculous because there will actually be more town centers from Ganji in JorDan's base than from JorDan in his own base. Okay. All right. I mean, yeah, steal the farm while you're at it. You can boom. But now what does Ganji do? It feels like Ganji needs another castle. How many do we even have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 castles. But it's about to be 5 because Ganji's will go down. These villagers are just like, this is my life now. They're not going to leave, but they'll actually survive. And JorDan's attacking the gate, so JorDan will be through. I don't know what Ganji can do, guys. It's the right idea to still try and kill JorDan's fish. But JorDan is... well, he's doing a good enough job. I think JorDan just has enough vills now where he doesn't even need it. But honestly, this... please pay attention to this, okay? Because this is now like the second or third time. People need to know now. We're reaching that state of the season where the second someone gets castle dropped, the right play for them is to sneak out to another stone and gold. The castle droppers need to know. Like, over the next 2 weeks, this should no longer be a surprise for players if they're prepared. Ganji's massing Karambits. He has Mangonels. I think he must know now Like, there's no way that this castle happens unless there's sneak eco. Okay, and he spotted the lumber camp, so he knows. So I think he's building up pressure to go and kill whatever's out there. JorDan should honestly... I don't know exactly what JorDan does here. Maybe redemption for the monks. This would be the first time that JorDan's being pressured out here. He thinks this is safe right now, and his game plan has been for this to be safe. Ganji can slaughter this. Ganji has karambits there for the monks. They're both looking somewhere else right now. They're both looking down here. But yeah, now JorDan loses his monks. Now JorDan will lose his vills. He also does force Ganji to kill his own mangonel, which I guess is good. But this might still be winnable for Ganji. If he pressures all this eco... JorDan's making Genoese crossbowmen. I mean, guys, the forward TC and the forward dock is so annoying for JorDan. Like, JorDan doesn't know what to do. I think he needs a siege workshop and to ram this down. But for that, he needs gold. He doesn't actually have gold beyond those 3 relics. And Ganji still has gold. I don't even know where. Oh! Found it! Found it! Okay. He just spent 1,000 gold to buy food. His plan is to go imp, but that's so good. If he can get imp and make trebs from one of these castles, JorDan will lose everything here. So imp is definitely the right play. Good micro from JorDan. He has ballistics and bodkin out. Genoese crossbowman's not the most ideal ranged unit ever, but I still think it's enough. Ganji's microing his heart out here. He knows he's going to lose this. He just wants good value. Value's been okay. Yeah, value's been okay. Especially because the karambit... Oh, it doesn't get the kill. Okay, Ganji needs imp. He's on the way to imp. He will make it there. And then he can make trebs from 2 castles. If he has the wood. That's his imp TC. Bro. He has gone imp on JorDan's side. There's petards here from JorDan. I mean, it's only 2. But that's a sign of potentially things to come here, Ganji. He probably didn't think about his imp TC. But yeah, I mean, that town center's halfway down. Luckily, JorDan's not making any more petards, but he is making a siege workshop. And I guess luckily he's melee. So being melee, he's going to get there in no time. The most important building for Ganji beyond his castles right now... As we see a transport ship from Ganji, JorDan sees it, and now JorDan asks him, is that a misclick? And Ganji says, no, strategic mastermind. But what? Is it though? Is it though? Like, where are you going, bro? Is he gonna tower the other side of the wood line? Oh my god. Okay, Trebs are going to be out, which means JorDan will have big problems. JorDan has since regained some food and some gold and some stone. I have no clue what this strategic mastermind plan is, except for maybe a tower behind the wood line. But I don't know if it's mastermind. It's mental, but not in a good way. Ganji's so funny. Again, there might be no other player who's 0-14 in Gold League who makes it this fun. I really respect the energy. JorDan is so far from imp. I guess the Vills were evacuating because they knew they were going to die. So there's a dock now. There is a mangonel to defend from the sneaky Genoese crossbowman. The Trebs are absolutely key. There's not enough resources to really do much more if you're Ganji. And that's painful. Losing this mangonel would be really bad. I think maybe the karambits are enough. That's good micro from JorDan. JorDan needs Imperial Age. JorDan might not have a safe town center for imp, though, guys. Think about it. Like, he'll lose this castle. He can lose all the buildings underneath the Trebs as well, then. And then his TC is here. If the Trebs push this way, it could work. JorDan has 14 Vills in queue. He could actually cancel the Vills and click up, but I think he's uber nervous right now. Maybe not nervous, but, like, just... The game is so crazy he can't focus. I doubt JorDan has a ton of nerves, just because he's already locked down the group. Ganji says, don't ruin my perfect record because he's 0-14. And JorDan says, hopefully not. Can Ganji actually advance out onto the map with his Trebs and protect them? is the main thing now. And then also, like, would Jordan ever realize... Would Jordan ever be able to get Imp? It feels like Jordan doesn't think Imp is ever a possibility for him. Both of his castles are under threat, under siege. And the micro from Ganji has been really solid with the Mangonel. He will bring Vils to repair this. He's microing the Karambit like an absolute nerd. He wants the extra $20, guys. Jordan's Ram will go in for the Trebs and get sniped by the Karambits. Jordan's castle's down. Jordan's Blacksmith, Jordan's houses will all go down too. But what Ganji might want is he might want to shift the Trebs over to the castle and the town center. Jordan says, what a scarpy game. Which obviously he meant to say scrappy. I think Ganji needs to... I don't know how expensive it is, but I think he needs to buy a castle, honestly. Use the additional gold, buy a castle here, and you lock down the whole area. Jordan is trying to go knights. But he does see the stable, so Ganji will drop a monastery for monks. Strategic mastermind, by the way. Strategic mastermind. I thought he had a plan, but it was just to escape. Okay, Jordan will now be castleless. So we went from 7 castles on the map. Now we only have 2 on the map. And it's full send time from Ganji to get a win. Can he do it? Jordan is never going to Imp. He's spending all of his resources on knights. He's hoping that'll be enough. There will be the occasional monk behind from Ganji. Student Jordan is about to lose his town center. Ganji might be relegated down to Silver League, but he's going to end Gold League with a bang. Town center could go down. Monk needs that conversion. The Karambits are okay here. You get the free armor upgrades. There's a lot of them. Plus, the conversion should be pretty strong. I don't think Jordan can win the fight. He just doesn't have enough. Ganji's strategic mastermind has been found on the outside. He's got 2 on wood, 1 on food, and 26 on gold right now. That's his eco. It is absolutely scrappy. But the Trebs have been key. The monks are key for Ganji. He gets another conversion. And Jordan's villagers are all here with no TC to protect them. Honestly, though, you just don't want to lose your army. These vills are free kills as long as you kill Jordan's army. So do not kill the villagers. Kill his army and then take the vills and then take the game. Big fight. These are fully upgraded Castle Age Knights. Just feel like Jordan... The monks are the biggest issue. The fact that there's always going to be monks is such a problem. Yep. And he still can't take the Trebs. A bit wasteful there from Ganji, but he falls back towards the monks. He's got his Trebs ready for the stable and the monastery. The Genoese! I don't think I showed them. That's a full T90 blinds moment. He was killing a lot of... Oh my god, I completely forgot about them. I completely forgot about them, guys. That's just my bad. He had so many of them with good upgrades. The game just got so crazy. The caster forgot. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I think Jordan can do this. Ganji's got no eco. Ganji will lose that. Ganji has no working economy except for these villagers. The Trebs will go down. And Ganji taps out. Jordan wins the game. Oh my god. Okay, so obviously we need to go back. You can spam T90 blind. But that's like kind of the key thing here from Jordan. Is he remembered this army. This army was probably being very active. Yeah, it came all the way over here to the wood line. God, I'm actually so bad. I rarely make that mistake. But yeah. He finds the wood line. This is as all this is happening. He's massacring the wood line. And then he moves in with the Genoese to the gold. Meanwhile, no town center gaming. He's kind of taking losses. But Ganji could do nothing about this, right? Now, Ganji notices this at a certain point. Again, all this is happening. He notices this because he pulls the vills. But holy, what a raid. Yeah, he moves over here now. And then Jordan moves back over. And Jordan actually wins with no town center, guys. In Castle Age. You just don't see that. Let's look. Ganji loses everything and calls the GG. Obviously, the Trebs are about to die, right? I think people are always inclined in these situations to look at it and say, like, why did Ganji resign? Because he's still an imp. I do think he's dead, though. I do think he's dead. He imagine how long it is till he has any type of military. He can't actually do it. Like, you couldn't even buy the wood for Trebs here. You maybe have a couple working farmers, that's it. These villagers are safe here for now. But, like, JorDan actually will have working economy, and he's got 55 eco, and he has lots of active military to do many different things here. You could take down the town center with that ram wherever it is. He can always make another ram. So I think no eco and no army, it just kind of just defaults into GG. But yeah, that just tells you how truly at the limit he was. He's 32 pop. What a game. What a game. Holy cow. That salutes in chat, please, to Ganji, though. Again, the guy went, he got completely defeated in golds. He went 0-15. Sad times, he'll be down in Silver League. But Ganji's clearly a very good player. He can bounce back in Silver League the next season. You know, maybe be in better shape coming in there. Come right back to golds. And he also had just a friendly spirit. Both players were talking back and forth. It was just truly a really fun series to watch. And he went out swinging. So respect to that. Amazing play from JorDan, though, to figure that out. I think the key in this game was the fact that he snuck to the outside, right? Without that sneak to the outside, he's completely dead. Too many people get trapped in here. They have nowhere to go. It was immediate. Castle leaves with a bunch of villagers. So, like, that 2K gold he got from just the relics, game-changing. Without that 2K gold, it's probably over. And the amount of time that he had, the counter castle, all of it was just because of the sneak.